Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss Cbse class 9 physics, the 10th chapter, work and energy. So already we discussed the part 1, and in that we learnt about what is work. So we learnt about the definition of work in the previous video, and we also said that work can be positive, negative or zero. Okay, and I told you work is a scalar quantity. Just because it can be positive, negative and zero, it cannot be a vector quantity. So all that we learnt in the previous video. If any of you have missed it, please get back to the part 1 and then try to understand the concepts, children. Now let's move into these concepts of positive work, negative work and zero work in this video. So work may be zero, positive or negative. So what is zero work? So as I told you, work can be zero when either F or S is going to be zero, because work is what? Force into displacement. So if F is going to be 0, then W will be 0 into S, which will be 0. Or if S is going to be 0, then W will be F into 0. In that case also work will be 0. Okay, so work can be 0 if either F or S is going to be 0. So you can look into this picture and you can see that this person is going to keep pushing some heavy object and that object is not moving. It can even be a wall. Okay, if you try to push a wall, will it move, children? No, it will not move. So in that case, S is going to be 0. But yes, F is going to be there because I am going to give a lot of force here. So here you can say that work is 0 and 0 work is done. So here you see a man is sitting on a tricycle. Okay, so I just kept this picture for fun. So you can see this with small children also. So small children keep riding this tricycle. So when even you children, when you were small, you would have rode this kind of a tricycle. So in that you can see that the person who is sitting on the tricycle is not doing any work. Work is done by this tricycle, by the motor or by the legs which is going to be pushing backwards, and you can see that the tricycle is going to move in the forward direction. Okay, you can see that no work is done because of this person sitting here. Okay, so even in this case you can say that man is doing absolutely no work. They are going to ask the work done by man, it is 0. The work is done by the tricycle because it is going to be what? A motorized tricycle. So we will see little more of these concepts, children. Okay, so even here you can see that a porter carrying weight on the top of his head. So if you're going to carry something heavy and keep walking, you'll say that I'm carrying a heavy object and I'm walking, I'm feeling very tired. But you're feeling tired because you're spending your energy, you can say, or you can say that you're just burning some calories here. Okay, again that is something which is related to life processes as we saw in the part 1. Okay, so likewise here you can see that the force is applied by this object, but the movement is not in this direction. Okay, if the force is going to be like this, then you can say movement is going to be in the forward direction. Okay, so here you can see that the angle between the force and the displacement is going to be what? 90 degree. Okay, so this is one simple thing to remember. If the angle between the force and the displacement, okay, if it is going to be 90 degree, then you can say that work done is said to be 0. Okay, so here you can see that the force of gravity is what? Pulling here. But what is the force given by your hand? It is going to be in the upward direction. Okay, the force by the person is upward, the force by the gravity is downward. But where are you moving? You are moving in this direction. So what is the angle between these two? The angle between these two is going to be what? 90 degree. Okay, so in that case you can say that the work done is said to be 0. So this is how you get it. Okay, so this formula you will learn when you go to your higher classes. Okay, so here you're going to see something called as cos theta. So you learn it when you go into a 10th standard. You will be learning about trigonometric ratios. Okay, so you'll be learning about trigonometric ratios where you will come across all these concepts. Okay, so in trigonometric ratios you will be coming across sin theta, cos theta, tan theta and lot more. Okay, so in that you can say that if the theta is going to be 90 degree, you will learn that cos 90 degree will be 0. Okay, so you have this in the multiplying factor. So f into s into cos theta. So when it is going to be 90, your cos 90 is 0. Okay, so if it is 0, the work done is also going to be 0. So you can say that if the displacement is the direction perpendicular to the direction of the force, then work done will be 0. So if your person is going to stand with a heavy weight, okay, heavy mass, then you can say that force is there but work done is going to be 0. Okay, likewise if you are going to push or pull a heavy object, still you are not able to move it, then you can say that work done is going to be 0. In either of these cases you can see that the displacement is 0. Okay children, so all this you are able to see. So here just another example of a person who is trying to push a wall, which is highly impossible, or holding a book. Okay, if you really hold a book and stand for a longer time, you will literally get tired, but that is not because of work. Okay, there's another concept, so all that you will be learning. So this is what you call it as force without motion, or even if it is in motion, if it is going to be perpendicular to the motion, in that case also work done will be 0. Is it clear children? So all these are different examples. Okay, here this guy is working, but it may seem that he is working, but actual work is not done. And then positive work, the first thing we saw is about 0 work. The next is about the positive work. So when you talk about positive work, you are able to see that the work done is positive when the direction of force and the direction of displacement are the same. See here, this girl is going to try to move this shelf or move some tray of containing something. Okay, so in that case, force is in the direction and the displacement is also in the same direction. Okay, so in that case, work done is said to be positive. Work done is said to be positive. Is it clear children? Here what is the angle? The previous case we saw about the angle. Here the angle is what? 0 degree. Here the angle is what? 0 degree. And you learn that cos 0 degree is going to be 1. Okay, cos 0 degree is 1. So all this you will learn in your 10th standard maths. Okay, 10th standard maths you will be learning a chapter called trigonometry. So in that you will be learning all this. Okay, so when an apple is falling from a place, though no force is applied, like from a tree you can take, in that case you see that the apple is falling down, the gravitational force is also down. In that case you can say that the work done is going to be positive. So these are all other examples. You try to push it and you are also giving the force in the same direction. The displacement is also in the same direction. So this is all about your positive work. Okay, see, displacement and force are there. So the angle between them is what? 0 degree. So you can say that. So if you have f into s into cos 0, you know that cos 0 is going to be 1. So f into s is going to be just f into s. Okay, so since you are not learning much in detail about cos, sin and all, you are just stopping with this formula, w is equal to f into s. Then we are going to learn about negative work. So negative work is most probably come when you are going to talk about friction. Okay, so when you are going to push an object, it means that the pushing force is greater than the frictional force. Okay, the pushing force is going to be greater than the frictional force. Okay, only then it will move. The moment the pushing force is going to become lesser than the frictional force, then you can see that the object will come to a stop. Okay, so in that case you can say that this angle between the force and the displacement is what? 180 degree. So theta is what? 180 degree, and cos 180 will be minus 1. Okay, then what will f as cos theta become? It will be minus f into s. So that is how you are going to say that negative work. Okay, so negative work is done, work done is said to be negative, but the direction of force is opposite to the direction of displacement. Okay, even when you walk, you have frictional force which is acting backward, because one leg will move back to help us to move forward. Okay, so and you can see that here also it will be only 180 degree. Is it clear, children? So this is about the negative work. Okay, so this person is going to try pulling this side, this person is going to try pulling this side, the angle is going to be 180 degree. Okay, so this is all about negative work. So when it is going to try to come in this direction, if you try to push it to the opposite direction, then there is negative work, but actually it will be zero work when you talk in terms of practical cases. Okay, unless and until this person is going to be a superhuman, this will never happen. Is it clear, children? So even here you can see the force is going to be in this direction and the person is going to try to stop it. Okay, but here see the angle is going to be what? 180 degree again. So this picture you see, children, this person is going to keep moving. Okay, the force applied is in this direction. Okay, and this pole is also moving in this direction, but this person is again trying to move towards this direction. So in this case you can say that this person is doing positive work, whereas this person is going to do negative work. What if the pole is going to move in this direction? In that case it will become the reverse. Is it clear, children? Have you understood about positive work, negative work and zero work? So you see here the same concept. You can see that the man does positive work while he is going to lift the box. Okay, because he is going to give a force in this direction and the box is also going to be moving in this direction. Negative work, lowering the box. Okay, so when it is going to go down, okay, so it is going to be like is like if it's going to be moving upwards and moves downwards. Okay, and what does the gravity do? Gravity does positive work, because the gravitational force is always acting in the downward direction and the box is also going down. Then you can say that it is going to be negative. Okay, whereas when the box is raised, the gravity is going to do negative work. So when you are asked one more question, you should read the question carefully to answer. Is it clear, children? So summing up all together, you can see here I have given all the explanations of cos theta with respect to various angles. Just pause the video for a second and then try to go through it so that you will be able to understand this very clearly, children. So this is all regarding the positive work, negative work and the zero work. Hope you understood this, children. So with this we are completing with the concept of work, children. The next thing which we will be doing is about the energy, which we will be seeing in the part 3. Okay, children. So please listen to the first 2 parts and then try to go to the textbook. Please read the textbook and try to understand, children. See you again with the next concept of energy in the upcoming video. Thank you, children.